everyone. Sorry, I had like huge technical problems here today. Oh my goodness, it's a fight today. It's really a fight. I don't know what happened, but I don't know if it's multi-streaming or if it's the portrait format. Things I don't see the YouTube stream, which is super odd. It's super odd. So if anyone is in the chat, can you just drop something in the chat so I can see if the chat is working? This chat also wasn't working. Just type in the chat. Try to get a stream running for like 1 hour now. Not sure what it is. How strong is the delay? So apparently Twitch is working. I have no clue why YouTube isn't working. Okay, that is now here. Can anyone please type anything in the chat? I just want to see if the chat box is working, please. Fucking goodness, this is so fucking annoying. Since last time this shit is not working anymore. What the fuck is going on? Hello, like I see that we are like 10 people, so can just somebody type anything in the chat? I just want to see if the chat box is working, please. Hey, Malva Pudding. Okay, cool. So this is working. Thank you, Cloudy. Ah, okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Guten Abend. Hi. Sorry for my cursing, folks. Haley Art. Okay, cool. All right. And this is working. I have no clue why. Like. Rah. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. So yeah. So at least the big format is working. The portrait format is not working, but I just ignore that for now. I don't wanna deal with this the whole time. How is everyone? How was your week, folks? How was your week? Okay, and I can finally draw. Jesus, Maria und Josef. Week was meh. That's unfortunate. Okay. Yes, some jazz music in the back. Nothing wrong with it. Just quickly share it on Instagram. So I definitely need to fix my setup somehow. Maybe portrait, like maybe the portrait thingy on YouTube is buggy or something, or is blocking it. I don't know. It's super weird. Like everything worked perfect, but now, like since last stream, it doesn't work anymore. So I don't know. Also, I don't want to be annoyed about this. Like, I just want to draw. Okay. So you folks know the game. If there's anything that you want to know, any questions, feel free to draw along. I have some watercolor on next to me also today. Yeah, so, and also I haven't done any drawing this week, like real drawing. So I'm looking forward to this today. Hey Doom, sup? How are you? Is this the stream of my dreams with the creamy Copic memes? I don't know, tasteful thickness. You tell me. You tell me. Is it? Hey, you so thank you so much. Welcome to stream. How are you doing? Started head drawing again. Same stuff with the Loomis method, but I want to be able to draw better features, more realistic stuff, giving depth to eyes and kind of hard law. Yeah, you have to. Takes time, you know. You have to practice pushing. I mean, don't do Loomis method, if you ask me. If you completely start with your journey, take some time, do Loomis method, but Loomis method makes you drawing the same heads over and over, you know. So when you use the Loomis method, all your heads have the tendency to look the same. So, and that you have to remember, like, you do that and you program that into your head. So you have to get rid of it eventually. So better than not doing it too much. But that's just my opinion. You're big, bro. Make a shout out for Janosch. Who's big? You thought? You thought? Sorry if I don't pronounce the name correct. Is the camera close enough, folks, by the way? If not, I can go a bit closer. I just have to bring it down the camera a bit more. I'm trying to follow the Morpho looks shape for the head right now, but finding the right organic and then placing the neck is really weird, especially when a figure is looking up. What is Morpho books? I don't know Morpho books. What is that? Okay. Thank you, Malva. Thank you for the feedback. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm so insecure about the stream today since nothing worked. I was actually so looking forward to just start and hopping into drawing and everything, and then nothing worked. Classy. Classy, classy. Yeah, streaming is really stressful eventually. I mean, if you get used to it, then it's kind of fun. It's kind of cool to talk with you folks while drawing. Otherwise, I would sit here and talk to myself like a maniac, like I always do. I really like that. And also, you kind of like get used to it. The weather was so beautiful in Berlin today. We had like 17 degrees. I was actually walking to the studio, and I had to take off my jacket and then walking through the sun in the morning. That was amazing. Morpho is a series of art books. There are a lot of them. They're quite short. People recommend them a lot, and they also build up on similar shapes to do figures. Okay, interesting. Didn't know that. I'm writing it down. Morpho. Maybe I can learn something. Thanks for sharing. Ihr hattet in Baden-Württemberg sogar 20 Grad? Das ist ja insane. Hey, LMU, welcome to the Twitch stream. How are you doing? I see we have more people on Twitch. How are you doing, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Warst du draußen, Claudi, heute? Hast du was gemacht draußen? For everyone who's new here, feel free to ask questions. Jeder, der neu hier ist, gerne Fragen stellen. Yo, Elchu... Oh mein Gott, the name. Elchu Pacabra 6661. Thank you for Twitch sub. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I feel like we should establish a rule that everyone has to describe where is the intention behind the name, or what is the intention behind the name. Kinda like want to know all the backstories. I love this, that it's kind of like we have this switch on spring in Berlin. Like you see everyone has like better mood. Everyone is more relaxed. Yeah, everybody's creative with their names online. I love that. Ich habe den Bärlauch im Garten vom Pfahl befreit und noch Blumen eingepflanzt. Terrasse ist jetzt auch wieder schick. Boah, klingt ja richtig produktiv, Mensch. Da hast du ja bestimmt ein bisschen gutes Wetter abgekriegt. Das ist ja geil, hast das Beste draus gemacht. Richtig nice. Ich finde, der braucht noch ein paar Kippen am Helm. Need some cigarettes on his helmet. Maybe here. Some pack of Marlboro. Choo, choo, choo. Marlboro. Hey Leon, the name means goat sucker. It's cryptics for South America. Okay, cool. I mean, goat sucker is also a nice name. Hey Leon, würdest du sagen, Cube Grind ist die beste Übung, um Form in Perspektive zeichnen zu lernen? Cubes sind auf jeden Fall wichtig. So Leon was asking if the cube grind is the best way to learn perspective. Yes and no. Ja und nein. So, ich würde sagen, I would say that it is important to practice boxes to a certain degree. Es ist wichtig, dass du Boxen übst, regelmäßig. But not for the you have to understand, du musst das wichtige, essentielle Konzept, the necessary concept of the box is something that you have to understand when you do it. Because I just published, it's funny that you asked this, I just published a course. Ich habe jetzt gerade einen Kurs veröffentlicht, einen Perspektive-Kurs. Also ist eigentlich kein Perspektive-Kurs, not necessarily perspective course. It's a drawing course for people who struggle with perspective when they, even though they know horizon line, they know vanishing points, and they know the box, but they still struggle to draw objects and everything. So that's why I made a course for it, because I couldn't figure out my head when I tried to do this. So, als ich versucht habe, mit der Box besser zu werden, habe ich zwar die Box gehabt, aber ich konnte immer noch keine guten Figuren zeichnen, ich konnte noch keine Objekte zeichnen, immer noch nicht, und deswegen habe ich so ein paar andere mentale Konzepte benutzt. Und um deine Frage zu beantworten, 50-50. Also ich würde regelmäßig die Cube üben, grundsätzlich, zum Warm-up. Try to use the cube for warm-ups, but also get an understanding for dimensions. Also das muss Schicksal sein mit dem Kurs. Lol, ja, muss Schicksal sein. Ja, wait, I can post a link to the course. Give me a second. I dropped the URL in here. I don't know if that works. Can I do this? Ja, hier, 14 Days to Better Volume. Und in dem Kurs geht es darum, regelmäßig Form, also der Approach an Form ist etwas anders, um es mal so zu sagen. Weil ich glaube, es ist wichtig, Form zu üben, und ich glaube auch, it is necessary to understand the principle of the box, you know, like I want to draw a head like this and I want to figure out, okay, where is the box, so to speak, right? But people then try to use the box, and for some people the box isn't working right away. It's not working because they're like, okay, where do I draw the eye now, right? And then they move out and like, they're lost, you know? So the thing is, what you need to do is you have to take this away, this away, this away, this away, this away, and then you have to start really to understand these dimensions here. Das hier musst du verstehen. Because then you understand plane change, and that's what we talk about that in that course. So actually, thank you for the question. So I could, danke für die Frage. Dann konnte ich ein bisschen Werbung machen. I could do some commercials. And by the way, folks, if the mix of German, English is too annoying, please let me know. I don't actually know if that's annoying to anyone. Hey Adel, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Ja, Leon, wenn du mehr Fragen hast, frag einfach, ne? Ich antworte auch dann einfach schnell auf Deutsch. Aber grundsätzlich sind die Base-Konzepte von Perspektive wichtig, und du solltest jeden Tag Form üben, auf jeden Fall. Aber du solltest auch verstehen, wie man Form richtig baut, weißt du, und wie man die auch nutzt. Also vor allem für die Dimension ist ganz wichtig. Weil viele Leute haben kein Gefühl dafür, was es eigentlich bedeutet, mit Dimensionen zu arbeiten auf Papier. Und deswegen, die Leute kriegen die Konzepte von Perspektive. People get to know all these concepts of perspective, but they still don't understand, like they know it, but they can't use it because they can't imagine how it's functioning when they want to build their own drawings. Und genau das ist dann, that's the problem. Thank you. Yeah, I was struggling with the stream setup today, but somehow we made it. How are you, Adel? Hey Rohan, how are you? Another day, another banger love stream. Got some work to do, but I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You too, all back to you. Appreciate you and your existence. Thank you so much. And thanks for stepping by. Very much appreciate that. I'm doing very well today. I had such a good day today, really. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, to be honest, today was the perfect day. Just, I mean, in Berlin right now, the surprise, public transport is not working today. They're striking for 3 days. But I actually tried to. Hey Bimlab, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Twitch follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so actually the public transport is striking for 3 days. And I was actually trying to walk to my studio. And again, weather perfect in Berlin today, so I was just walking. And it took me 1 hour and 10 minutes. But I don't know, it was such a lovely morning this morning. Then I just did some student feedback, some overpainting, some recordings for them, email answering. I had a bit of like organization stuff I had to do for the course, and then I was looking forward for the drawing part today. And I actually took a nap. I took a nap, you know, looked through some books, like perfect day. Ja, Leon, wie war das Wetter bei dir today? Nee, 1 Stunde 10, Claudi, bin ich gelaufen. Oder bist du 1 Stunde 50 gelaufen? Nee, das war richtig nice. Ich habe gleich 9000 Schritte gesammelt. I collected 9000 steps, which is good because I'm sitting here all day on my ass. So it was great. The only problem is I have to go home later. That's the only thing. 18 Grad, den ganzen Tag Sonne, ja geil. Einfach nur geil. Kriegt man gleich gute Laune. Just good vibes when sun is out. Hey everyone who's on Twitch joining. See you folks, I see you folks. Seeing you. Nee, nicht 1,5 Stunden. Nee, 1 Stunde, 10 will ich glauben. Your drawings look similar to what Community draws. Very awesome. Thank you so much. Actually, today I was looking at his book in my lunch break, And when I looked at his work, I realized again, nobody on this world will be as good as he was. I'm pretty sure nobody. Like the level of quality he was bringing to the table is just insane. Like the thing is, if you look at it a lot, you kind of like get a little bit used to the look, right? And you kind of like get used to the amount of quality. But still, if you wrap your head around how good you have to be at drawing to do this stuff from imagination, it's so insane. Ja, gar kein Problem, Claudi. Alles easy. Alles easy. Yeah, it's just insane. Yeah, he's definitely a big influence to me. 100%. 100%. Would you say is a must to have the book? Depends on which book you mean. Do you mean the Kim Young-ji book I was talking about? So there are like a lot of Kim Young-ji books. I think you should get at least one in your life. If you get one Kim Young-ji book in your life, I think that is good. Because you not only have like a real valuable piece of art and kind of also education at home and also entertaining, you also support his heritage. But make sure you buy the original ones. Don't buy any fake copies on Amazon. Hey, Spectacle Society, thank you so much, but I think I won't. And also, like, you know, I have this like mental debate with myself that I don't want to be him, you know. I don't want to be him 2.0 or something, because I think there's nothing to gain. But I think there's so much to learn from him still. And the moment until I realize that, okay, I'm not moving into a right direction while studying from it, then I won't look at it anymore. Like also, whenever I feel like that I want to do something more fantastical, I look at Mobius, for example, or I want to do something like fantasy type. I'm looking at that. So the problem is always when you look at your heroes, at your art heroes, you start copying too much, and that's not what I want to do. Okay, I'm not adding anything to this guy. Let me actually... Should we start a new page? What do you guys think? Girls and guys, what do you think? Should we start a new page? There's still a little bit of stuff from last time. Or should we fill this side as well? Also, I have some watercolors here today for some watercolor action already prepared. Sometimes I like to keep it a little bit more open. I'm not the person who put everything like filling the page. I don't want to overdo it. Just looking at my sketchbook here. Da 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 da. Honestly, I love filling the page, not leaving any empty spots, but actually it looks awesome. Thank you. Quote Paul Klee. Who's Paul Klee? Okay, and then let's do some watercolor. Do this. Can I move this? No. What is your advice to someone who is an artist on thinking to make their content in YouTube, and how can I maintain a good reputation in the art community as there are times chaos happens? I mean, So first you should think about how you want to bring your content, your art content on YouTube, because there are different ways, right? You can make educational content, and you can also make entertaining content. You can also make inspiring content. You can also do vlogs. So I would say that is important to do that, because that's something I haven't done. I've kind of like, and I'm still kind of like doing whatever I feel, which is not smart if you want to grow on YouTube. But I've done it for so long, it doesn't matter so much for me anymore, I would say. Because I think I've done 400 videos or something, so yeah. And when it comes to reputation, I don't really understand what you mean by having a good reputation in the art community. So because they're like that would sound like that you say some very controversy stuff, or that you're gonna say some stuff that might hurt your reputation. If you focus on helping people and making valuable content, and I think that is important, then you shouldn't worry. What I would not do is trying to copy other content. Try not to vulture a lot of content, because there are a lot of YouTubers these days who basically take information from other people which is not their own, and then they make content out of it, and because they can talk well and then they look good, they have some standing. I mean, is their unfair advantage, right? So, but when it comes to reputation, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I haven't really thought about the whole reputation thing ever, to be honest. Because I think if you do content that's helpful for people and that people enjoy, like, I don't know. If you don't go on the internet and say, like, eat babies, you become a better artist or something, then you shouldn't worry too much. Wait, I need to take another pen because this one is bleeding with watercolor. I think this one's better. You know what? We can also do a better idea. Let's do this. Now chat is quiet. What's going on? Energy is gone. Boop. Kurz mal ausgegangen. No energy anymore. Ah, drawing simultaneously. That's good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Good to hear. It's almost impossible these days. People are getting angry a second before they finish read the sentence. Just do your stuff. Yeah, that is absolutely true. Good point. You know, I think also just you being you is kind of like the best solution. Claudie's also drawing nice. I thought you're doing a brown frog. What do you think it is now? Good guess, good guess. Oh, 1 second. 1 second. Just, oh man, just my girlfriend randomly calling me, looking pretty, and saying goodbye. That was so random. Sitzt ein Frosch auf dem Kopf. Ja, so fast. So fast, ja. Almost. Oh, it's not fully dry yet. Pen is a bit bleeding. Now it looks more like a mechanical guy. I got you good. I got you good. question is if I can do eyebrows without bleeding too much. But let's see. Oh yeah. Are you into double or even triple separating colors in watercolor? Sorry, can you explain? What do you mean with this? Like separating? So what do you mean exactly with it? Do you mean layering, or what do you mean? So when the question is about layering, then I would say I'm into double layering. I'm not really into triple layering. Yeah, so it really depends on what I want to do, because I think majority of times I like to keep really using the white of the paper for highlights, and I'm okay with using flats once for mid-tone values and colors, and then applying a secondary tone, like a two-tone, in order to carve out form. And I'm okay also with adding some blues for ambient light. I mean, that would be tripling, I think, if you would count it, you know. So yeah, I am. And then also depending on, sometimes like here these gradients, like with the watering effect. Sometimes I let them be, sometimes I don't want them. It really depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes I also like, I don't think. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's kind of like also the thing that I like about watercolor is these happy accidents. Yeah, misty morning is, yeah, because it's easy, you know, it's easy. Misty, foggy stuff, it's relatively easy to do. But this is also something watercolor is known for in a way, so it also makes sense that you do it. So also here, same for shadows, for example. I can decide to use black now. For example, what I like is the combination of ink pen with watercolor. Even though it has kind of like a stylized look, I really enjoy it. No, I like to enforce also outlines and stuff. Now just going in there again with watercolor, because I had to wait to let it dry anyways. Now I can still think about if I want to do shadows with color or if I want to do two tones. But also, like, the first thing you learn that you cannot just do blue over everything because that looks super ugly. So you have to understand what happened to skin when it's when it gets relatively blue ambient light and can like has cooler shadows. But first I have to add a little bit of a red touch here. Bit of pinkishness. But just very gently. And I'm always testing on the side before I'm committing. Here, like adding a bit of redness to the nose, to the cheeks. Also a bit to the eyes, like she has like this red makeup. Also to the chin. And of course also to the lips. It's very subtle. I don't know if you folks even can see it on the camera. In real it's definitely more visible. Also, especially to the ears. I think for the ears I would go on purpose even a bit of red. Yeah, that's a bit too much. Don't you think he should wear a golf sweater to fix the green on his neck? Not yet, haven't thought about it. Not yet. I always forget what color I always forget what color I've picked. More like a wet paper now. ask about makeup shadows? They're barely visible. Yeah. Yeah. Just said that I just like added a little bit of red here. But you folks, I have to probably go closer that you can see the transitions here. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. That's the streams for. But thank you so much to the last line. Da, 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 da. What did I want to do? I forgot. Ah, yeah. Some more brown. Hi Mira, how are you? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Mira, mira, mira. I forget what color I took. Ba, ba, ba. I'm new here. Are you a painter? No. Welcome to the stream, first of all. I'm not technically a painter. I am technically a concept artist, but I do also traditional work. And you, are you a painter? I'm just doodling. If you have any questions or anything, or if you just want to say hi, that's cool. Da, 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 da. Two AM, where are you located? Aren't you coloring the other drawing with watercolor? Which one? The one we did before? Australia, nice. Where exactly? Leon, meinst du die wir da vorgezeichnet haben auf dem anderen Blatt? No, I'm not because of the paper. This is not watercolor paper. This is Hahnemühle paper, and the problem is if you use too much water, the paper is suffering. So, also this is drawn with a Staedtler pen, and the problem is Staedtler pen and watercolor is not working so well. So that's why I switched also to this guy. This one has carbon ink in it, you know. So carbon ink is not bleeding, but the Staedtler pen is bleeding. That's a bit unfortunate. But the stuff here is still too wet. Ja, Leon, also wenn du jemals Watercolors machst, ist ganz wichtig, was für ein Papier du nimmst und was du wie benutzen willst. Kind of like thinking if I leave this area white or not. It's kind of it's a bit simplistic. I kind of like it though. It's that simplistic. I always lose values when watercoloring and end up with a messy outcome. How do you decide your values despite the different colors? That is a really good question because that is kind of like the hardest part when it comes to watercolor. So I think what you first need to wrap your head around is that watercolor is not, you can't do like proper layering such as gouache or oil or anything. So you can go relatively dark, but also darkness is changing when the pigment is drying in, and also depending on how much water you use and how much pigment you use in your watercolor, the outcome of the color itself is different. So what I try to do is, because I work with a Schmincke set and I have kind of like similar colors then and I mix them, but I kind of like also structured my Schmincke set in values. So I don't know if that, what do we do with this? Zoom out a bit. Okay, so I have my Schmincke set here and can you see this? This is in values, basically. This is my own my own structure, but I kind of like made it from I separated in warm and cool, and then also from bright to dark, right? So all the darker values are on the left, and the brighter one are on the right. And whenever I do this, then I know, for example, that any tone, its half tone is next to it, so to speak, and that makes it relatively easy for me to pick what color I should use. The only problem is that you have to understand that you, for example, that what we said before, you cannot just take blue and just go with blue over everything, because that doesn't make sense, right? So, and that is kind of like the tricky thing to figure out, like, okay, when to use violet or purple rather than blue. Yes, these are removable. This thing here is super old. My mom gifted me this like years ago, never used it. It was also half used by my mom already, but it's like a super expensive set. I didn't know. When I Googled it, I realized, okay, this is actually a super expensive set. And I'm still using it. And you see like part of the colors are not there anymore, and I'm still grinding the shit out of this. So yeah. So, and then the thing is, like, what I would advise you is kind of like get a set of values and colors that you can use. Like, for example, for skin color. Try to find like learn the way you mix the skin colors, but also try to figure out, okay, what color specifically can you use for skin. So you know exactly, okay, this is my skin value, my skin color, so to speak. And Yeah, and I mean, like, then always go from. I would say I would go a little bit brighter when it comes to watercolor, because when you go too dark, you can't go back, you know? And then it's also a little bit of like, I mean, I'm painting for like, in my job, in my game company job, I was painting every day environments. So I was painting like big paintings, so to speak. And I painted like tons of different materials, tons of different things every day, digital. So I kind of like have a repertoire in my head, and I'm also teaching it. So it's kind of like this mix of knowing what works, what not works. But when it comes to watercolor, it's more of like controlling and figuring out what it is that you want, you know? Because I like high key images, so not too dark watercolor. But this is also just my personal taste. And sometimes I just like to leave randomness, you know, like with this, like, I like to leave it like it is. Because, I mean, first of all, it's my sketchbook, like, who gives a shit, right? But also, I like this to keep it relatively loose. When it has a certainty, a certain look or something in there, you know, like also keeping this white area just blank. I kind of like it. I don't know why, to be honest. I'm tempted to do something here, but I kind of like it. So, ja, ich will safe lernen. Die Kombi aus Independent und Wasserfarm ist geil. Ja, die ist wirklich geil. Macht wirklich Bock. Hey, HDMZ, how are you? Are you still there or are you gone already? I don't know. I can't see it. You're welcome. The other cool thing that I really like doing is doing like random splashes and then just doing stuff out of random splashes. That's kind of like the most fun stuff. Or you basically, if you have like a good ink pen, like a carbon ink. Hey, HDMZ, are you still there? Then if you have a good carbon ink, then you can also go over with watercolor. What are actually good career options for drawing artists? My little brother aspires to be one. I would say so to be honest, like I'm still would say concept artist is the best job in the world. Working in the okay, I see you, HMZ. Working in the entertainment industry is the best thing because it's first of all, it's fun. You are designing, drawing, painting cool stuff. People pay you really good money for it. It's really hard to get in, and also to get the fundamentals and like getting a good portfolio. But it's tough to get in. But when you're in, it's the best job in the world. It's still the best job in the world, and I would do it over and over again. So tell your brother he needs to work on drawing, painting, designing, especially. Designing is really important. Anatomy, and then building a portfolio, making cool projects, send it to companies, show them that he's kicking ass, and then he has a good life. I mean, you can still work as a theme park artist. You can also work as a traditional painter. You just have to be aware that maybe as a traditional artist, depending on what you do, I mean, if you're smart and if you know what you're doing, you can start a YouTube channel. You can vlog. You can make your own art. If you document and you find buyers for your art, you can make a living out of it. Like a lot of people are doing it. A lot of people want to do it. They're just not willing to do all the other work. Ja, ich finde die auch super, Claudi. Ich finde die auch mega geil. Macht richtig Bock. Richtig Bock. Richtig Bock. Oh, Ritter. So when you do this, these random shapes, there is good to have a bit of base knowledge when it comes to shape design. So of course we want to leave it random, but sometimes when you do these things, you of course can push that a little bit of intention. Having an active side and a passive side means having a side where silhouette breaks a bit more, so stuff is more active rather than a passive side. That automatically creates balance in the shapes. Now we let this dry, and then we go over with the ink pen. Gotcha. I do agree. As musician, upcoming myself, new upcoming artists, go respect whatever law. Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What do you have in mind for this shape? Oh, okay. One sec. What do I have in mind? Something crazy. A lion? The only problem is this stuff always takes so long to dry. Let's draw something until this stuff dries. Let's give it a moment. I think the thing is probably dry. Come on.
casa está vazia um dia, também vou ficar e te ver crescer. Me faz tão feliz saber que você é você. Com cabelos
Hey Samuel, how are you?
singela,
How's your day?
seu nome
Or how other people say, was Sachen machen?
é uma menina cheia de vida. Se vamos para a praia, não esquece a sandália e se olha pro céu. Se pudesse organizava a estrela. Se a casa está vazia um dia, também vou ficar e te ver crescer. Me faz tão feliz saber que você é você. Que você é você.
Danke, Claudi. War ein bisschen random, aber dafür ist es ja da. Dafür ist es ja da. Einfach ein bisschen. So findet man halt neue Sachen, ne? Einfach mal ein bisschen rumprobieren. Gibt mir so ein bisschen. Gibt mir so ein bisschen Sci-Fi 70er Jahre. Weißt du? Keine Ahnung. Gesichter gehen halt immer. Besser wie dein Löwe, lol. Du, erst dachte ich, es sieht aus wie Tabaluga, die Shape. Ich weiß nicht, ob dir Tabaluga was sagt. Well, sun at 17 this time year, guess. I like you, that was nice. Yeah, it was really nice. think we still have like 20 minutes left in the camera. Ja, Tabaluga ist doch dieser Kinderplüsch-Dino. Aber du kannst auch gerne mal einen rosa Löwen machen, Claudi. Würde ich nicht schlimm finden. This elevator music. Hey Chad, how are you? How's the new haircut? Nice. Can't wait to see it. Maybe the haircut is better better for drawing. Ah, maybe yeah. Wasn't there a movie or like a myth where the hero was super strong and when they cut his hair he was like super weak? Hey Priyam, how long did it take you to consider yourself good at drawing? Thing is, like, I'm still not considering myself good enough. But I would say there was a threshold after 6 years, maybe, where I feel like, okay, I kind of know what I'm doing. But I'm also super self-critical. So, but I think that it's really important to be really self-critical. Because the moment you stop trying to learn, improve, like, it's kind of like a little bit the death of your own artistry. If you know what I'm saying. So. Rapunzel, lol. But was Rapunzel super strong? Samson? Was it Samson? I'm not familiar with these biblical stories. super interesting. When his hair was cut, Nasser decided to God his long hair symbolized a vow, and it's cutting his... Oh, okay, that's kind of a cool story. I always remember that. Like this. But I didn't remember that it was like a biblical story. Thanks for sharing, by the way. Okay, folks, my camera will die in a moment, but I also see that we already streamed 2 hours, over 2 hours. So sorry for the technical problems in the beginning. I still have to figure out what the issue was with the stream. I see question. Sorry, what is that? What's your inspiration? Do you mean in general? I guess life, people. People are so freaking weird, chat. Like, they're so weird, but they're also kind of like entertaining. So I would definitely say human beings are really inspirational. Yeah, I'm glad you were here, and everyone else also being here. Really appreciate you hopping in. I hope you could draw a bit, could enjoy the 2 hours, 2.5 hours, approximately. I mean, technically 3 hours if we would take the time away. I tried to get this stream going. Yeah, so that's what we drew today. Like, we drew a bit, right? This and this, and a bit of watercolor as well. So it was fun. Everyone who is interested in improving their drawing skill, especially when it comes to perspective, and if you feel like box doesn't help me, general perspective things doesn't help me, check out my course. There's a Gumroad course I've made. There's like a tab on my website. Also, anyone who's interested in the mentorship, feel free to check that out. Otherwise, I wish you all a wonderful weekend. Take care, and see you next week on Friday, and hopefully for 3 hours then with better streaming. All right. Thanks for being here. Take care, everyone. Have a good one. Keep drawing. Bye bye.